No way am I bullying or violating your TNA. I'm just asking questions and spreading the truth. So please leave my videos up, or you are a Trump supporter, MAGA QAnon racist, transphobe, science denier, or whatever the new thing we are supposed to be hating right now.
That racist young man took my mother away. I am the eldest daughter of Ruth Whitfield. She was my best friend. What am I to do? What am I supposed to do now? I keep seeing her face coming up everywhere I look, but I can't kiss her, I can't hug her. We were supposed to go see the Temptations play that night, and I have the tickets still on my table. I am trying to forgive, but I'm finding it very difficult. Very difficult, because I'll never see her again. I took my last picture of my mom on Mother's Day, and she was so beautiful, but that picture can't replace her. Nothing can. And I have my family here.
We were supposed to go see the Temptations play that night, and I have the tickets still on my table.
Coming up everywhere I look, but I can't get her, I can't hug her. We were supposed to go see the Temptations play that night, and I have the tickets still on my table.
Helpful and very informative for us. We want to head back to the scene now. Tara Lynch has been there, as we said, almost from the beginning when this word broke about what happened there, and she has more information for us right now. Tara?
Yes, Jackie, we have been here all afternoon, and we are joined right now by Congressman Tom Suozzi and Diana Reyna. They are running for governor and lieutenant governor here in New York, but they happen to be in the Buffalo area today. But you're here now on Jefferson Avenue, Mr. Congressman. So please tell me a little bit about what you've heard and what is going on here today.
I think people are just devastated. It's hard to imagine that people have to be subjected to this type of violence, that this type of racism exists. I've been told, I don't know if it's true or not, that the shooter had racial epithets on his guns. It's just devastating. And this has got to prime, and stamping out hate has got to be a priority here in our state and throughout our country. And we just want to show support for the community and for the families that are here. And
I know that both of you are from the New York City area, but when you hear that something like this is happening in the second largest city in the state that you are running to represent, what does that mean for you? When you hear those things, what are you thinking about?
This is a great loss, and there are no words that can describe the situation right now. This is exactly what divides country, and this is the time when we have to stand by one another and be strength and pillars of strength for others who are experiencing what is crime at the closest level. I can never have imagined that we were visiting Buffalo today and that this would have happened. Our hearts go out to the families, to the victims, to the community, to law enforcement. This is exactly what we have to start fixing together. This kind of hate is what is destroying America.
And both of you are running for the state's highest and second highest office here. We're seeing crime uptick in your area in New York City. We're seeing it here in Buffalo. We're seeing it in Elmira, New York, a smaller city. State. So what do we do about that?
You know, since day one, we have said that crime has got to be the #1 priority of what the state is dealing with right now. And when you add the fact that this was a violent gun crime, and that it was seems like it was a racially motivated crime, this can't be an afterthought. This has got to be a priority, the #1 priority that we're focusing on. We've tried to make it a priority, and we hope that the people in office now hear our voices and hear the community's voices and say this has got to be the #1 priority, because this is real life. Families are suffering right this minute. They're devastated right this minute because their loved ones' lives have been taken away from them. And we cannot treat this as an afterthought.
When you say we can't treat it like an afterthought, it sounds like you want to take a proactive approach. How do we be proactive in terms of the gun crime here in New York State?
We have to get the guns off the street. We have to support the law enforcement's efforts to get guns. We have to make sure that we... Yeah. They probably came from South Carolina, too.
Well, thank you so much, Congressman. Diana Reyna, thank you so much for joining us here. We're going to send it back to you in studio.
You can hear tensions there at the scene. This is just so many emotions flooding out there. We have Mike Hughes on the line, and Mike Hughes is with Kaleida Hospitals. Mike, are you there?
Yep. Good evening, guys.
Hello. And can you tell us, do you have any of the victims from this tragedy at the Kaleida Hospitals?
We don't. Buffalo General Medical Center and Children's Hospital are about 1.5 miles from the shooting scene. So obviously when we first heard the news, we activated our teams to make sure we were prepared. Unfortunately, there were only 2 transports. Both went to ECMC. So, at this point, we don't have any transports.
Wait a minute, Mike. This is new information. When you say 2 transports, we have been hearing multiple people wounded. Are you saying only 2 people were wounded and taken from that scene?
That's the reports we have at this point. Obviously, this stuff is still kind of unfolding, but at this point, we have been told that 2 have gone to ECMC by ambulance. Now, there may have been others that have gone by car. I'm just talking about officially by ambulance. Nobody has walked into Buffalo General or Children's, nor have they transported by ambulance to Buffalo General or Children's. So, again, some have gone by ambulance, but some others may have gone by car.
Oh, that is really shocking news and disturbing news. If only 2 wounded people were taken from the scene still alive there.
Mike, could you talk about the preparations that Kaleida Health Hospitals that they are taking in terms of perhaps maybe support for other medical facilities right now?
Yeah, the medical campus is only 1.5 miles away from the shooting scene, and there's a couple of the 33.
Okay, did we lose Mike? Did we lose you? All right. Well, what we found out there is that no other victims at the Kaleida hospitals here. 2 wounded and taken to ECMC. Overall, now I'm being told 13 people shot, 10 of them are dead. This is just such a dark day.
That's amazing. It completely validates everything we're doing here.